What's up, YouTube? It's Dom240 or Dom here. Today's story time is going to be about the time that I thought I was going to die at school. So, let's get into it. This story took place in either December of 2023 or January of 2024. I really do not remember. But I had woken up, I took a shower, I ate breakfast, brushed my teeth like normal, like what I would do every day, and I went to school. First period passed by. Second period had kind of passed by. It was like the last 5 minutes of second period, and then our PA system came on. And when our PA system came on, where our principal at the time, we'll call him Mr. Johnson. Mr. Johnson said that we were going on a hold because they were having drug dogs go around the building. So our English teacher at the time was super nice, so she said that we could just talk during the hold and that she didn't care. So we all just sat there and we just chilled. Like, we talked, had fun. We just waited until the hold was lifted and the drug dogs were done. So about 15-20 minutes later, our PA system came back on, and Mr. Johnson had said that we were all good to go and that we can go into our third period classrooms. So I started to head my way to my third period class. And at the time, my third period class was world cultures, but it happened in the Spanish classroom. So at the time, it was in the 8th grade wing, and I was a 7th grader when this story happened. So I started walking over to the 8th grade hallway, and by the time that I got into the 8th grade hallway, or the side that had the Spanish, like the Spanish classroom, we had an announcement come on the PA system from an office lady. This office lady at first sounded panicked. Like, she was like, "This is an emergency, not a drill. This is a lockdown. We need all students to immediately get in the classrooms. This is not a drill, lockdown. Continue with, like, normal lockdown procedures." Like, she sounded panicked. And the way that she sounded, it freaked everybody out. So we all dispersed. We went into the classrooms, or the nearest classroom near us, and yeah, because we didn't know if there was like a shooter or something inside the school. So I go into the Spanish classroom because I was right next to the Spanish classroom when this announcement came on. It was me, a couple of my friends, and 3 girls that were inside the Spanish classroom. And we all went into the corner of the classroom, and we were all scared. I ain't gonna lie, we didn't know what was happening. We didn't know if there was like a shooter or what the hell was going on. So we all sat in the corner of the classroom, did the normal procedures until Mr. Johnson came back on, and he had said that we were going into a hold. So after we went into a hold, we were not panicked anymore because, like, we knew there wouldn't be a shooter, but we heard something coming down the hallway. And when we heard something coming down the hallway, when we went to go look, it was our school's SRO at the time. And he looked messed up. Like, his face was all bloody, his nose was all, like, purple, messed up, his jaw looked a little weird. So we were really confused. We had no clue what the hell happened. So we all just continued talking, and eventually Mr. Johnson came back on the announcements and said that the hold was lifted and that we can continue on with our third period classrooms like normal. So everybody from my third period class comes in, we all sit down, and third period, everybody was just like chit-chatting about what was going on. Like, they were confused and no clue, like little rumors, like, I heard he had a knife, or I heard this happen, I heard that happen, that kind of crap, because it was in 7th grade. So third period passed by, and it passed by relatively quickly because a huge chunk of our third period got taken up because of the lockdown and the hold. So after third period was done, we all went to fourth period. Fourth period was normal, and then it was lunch. Lunch is when everybody really found out what what actually happened. So what had happened is there was a student, and let's call this student Jonah, okay? Now, Jonah, I knew this kid. He was in my gym class. He was a nice guy. He was mostly a quiet talker. Like, he was funny. He was nice. He respected everybody, but he was quiet. Not a lot of people really knew who he was, but I don't know. I knew him because he was in my gym. Apparently, what happened is Jonah decided that he was going to bring weed to school. Oh, I dropped my phone. So Jonah brought weed to school, and it was in his backpack, and the drug dogs had found it. So our principal and our SRO went to go get Jonah out of his classroom when they were on the original hold, and he panicked and he ran. So when he ran, he beelined outside, like he took off outside, and the SRO chased after him and got him. I'm not 1000% sure how he got him. He put him in handcuffs, brought him back inside, took him to the office. So when this kid was in the office, I have no clue how he did this, but he had slipped out of his handcuffs that he was put in when he was inside of the SRO's room, and he took off. So when he took off outside of our SRO's room, right outside of our SRO's room was the hall, like a hallway that would go to the main office, and you could go like to the guidance counselors, you could go to the main office, or there was just like a little HUD area up there, and it was also connected to our cafeteria at the time. So this kid goes running down this hallway into the cafeteria, and our SRO chases after him. And our SRO is running full speed after this kid in our in the cafeteria, and his foot hit the side of a table, and he tripped and went face first into this tabletop, and he broke his nose, and I'm pretty sure he dislocated his jaw. So yeah, my principal had to continue to chase him down. My SRO continued chasing him when he had even with a broken nose. That explains why he ran down the 8th grade hallway, and that's why I saw him. So he found this kid. They ended up they found him in the bathroom. He was hiding in the bathroom. They re-put him in handcuffs. They took him to the office, and never heard from Jonah ever again. So yeah, that's today's story. Please leave a like if you enjoyed it. Please leave a comment down below if you want more story times. And yeah, peace.